Hi everyone, welcome back to the Reddit Drama channel with another Reddit cheating story. Before we start, please hit the subscribe button and like the video if you enjoy it. Also, please click the notification bell so you won't miss when another cheating story goes live. These simple clicks mean a lot to our channel, and thank you for your support.
Her Thanksgiving surprise to me was one hell of a discovery that ruined me. Part 2. But, I'm proud of her. Proud she's growing and did something for the first time in 6 years that I've known her, to be honest with a difficult truth. It's not something I hear much from this community, but nearly half the pain I experience is the front row seat to her ruining her own life. Of course the grudge is there, but I love her. That didn't stop. Her mother is dead, her father moved out of state last month. She has one close friend, who happens to be my cousin, and her only sibling died when she was 11. My family welcomed her with open arms and are devastated by her choices. Shocked, my quiet, dainty, shy wife was capable of such atrocities. As shocked as I. But, she's the mother of our child and I need her to be okay. So, I've asked my family to give her a place to stay in their spare bedroom, which they have these last couple weeks, while she figures out a living situation. I know I don't owe her anything, but the anger and spite is all but left these last couple weeks. I know I owe it to myself to be happy, but I can't walk away. Her remorse is real. Her self-hatred is real. How do you watch someone you love ruin their own life? But here's where I need your advice. How do I find the strength to grow on my own? I'm walking all the steps, but I find no solace in things that once gave me joy. I can't play a video game for more than 10 minutes. I force myself to social events, only to find myself feeling simultaneously overwhelmed and bored of trivial conversation I once found enjoyable. I'm unable to focus on movies, my mind wanders to painful images. I work out a few days a week, but hate it. I can't even masturbate. I worked so hard to get the few inches I gained from D-Day and now I'm back where I started. With more painful images than ever before and a month's worth of mental exhaustion to boot. The worst part? I'm slowly accepting what I never could before. I'm not going to get my happy little family back. That hope I had for reconciliation is fading. That surviving this means focusing what little strength's left on myself. I was here for her, but she was an outlet for me, too. She was a punching bag for anger. A shoulder for the tears. She reinforced my insecurities and self-esteem. Now looking her in the face hurts more than the help she provides. For the first time in this, I truly feel alone. Update end. Here are some of the best comments from our community. You keep mentioning that you need advice on how to heal. Healing starts after your divorce. It starts there and then. That moment whereby you can know what you mean to her when you are not financially, emotionally and physically responsible for her. In essence, you remove the codependency. That is when you get out of limbo. When you know whether she is staying for you or what you can provide, because at the end of the day, marriage is just a paper. And some blunt talk. Man the F up please. Here is the second story. I think she may have cheated on me with my best friend. 7 months ago, I told my ex-girlfriend that I would not be returning to campus for the fall semester because of COVID, and that if she wanted to take a break I fully understand. She then told me that if I was not planning on returning next semester, that she would like to instead break up permanently. I begged her not to do this, and that I would be more than happy if she wanted to have sex with other guys until I returned, but she appeared adamant in her decision. A month or so later, my best friend called me out of the blue and we just talked about life. I told him that I had recently broken up with my girlfriend, and he replied, "Yeah, I figured." This response perked my ears, because I hadn't remembered mentioning anything about the breakup in our friends group chat. To give you some backstory, a few months after my girlfriend and I started dating, I introduced her to all my friends and she and my best friend seemed to have a lot of chemistry. I jokingly, but also not so jokingly cause I'm kinda bi, asked my girlfriend if she would be down to have a threesome with anyone, and she responded that she would really like to have one with my best friend. A few months later, however, my best friend yelled at me for making a mess in our apartment while I was drunk the night before, and my ex-girlfriend screamed at him and told me she hated him ever since. I was always nervous about the level of intensity she hated him, as I know intense rage can be easily interpreted as intense passion, and that's why I was horrified when he said "yeah, I figured" when I told him I broke up with my ex-girlfriend. My best friend lives in White Plains in New York, and my ex-girlfriend lives in Manhattan, so maybe they could have been meeting up these last 7 months while I was home in Georgia because of COVID. I keep having this sinking feeling that she texted him once our troubles started to meet up and talk, and things going from there. My ex's roommate and I are really good friends, but she was also at home with her parents at the time of our breakup, so she wouldn't be able to tell me either. I know it's none of my business what my ex does, and if they don't want me to know, I'll never find out, but I was awake all night last night stuck imagining this horrible thing happening right under my nose. It's providing me with an insane amount of motivation to improve myself, but I would really prefer to know that it was unlikely that they had sex rather than likely. I'm not looking for an answer, but instead a probability. In my head right now, this possibility hurts so much because it seems highly likely to me. What are your estimates on the likelihood of them having sex? Here is the third story. Caught my girlfriend, ex-wife actually, cheating on me. Around 1.5 years ago, I met a wonderful girl. She was very good looking, she was a hard worker, and had a beautiful cute smile. I instantly felt like Cupid hit me with an arrow. I felt attracted to her right away, and I just wanted to be with her ever since. As we held conversations around the workplace, I felt like a strike hit me from the sky and I couldn't be without her. Fast forward around 4 months, we were living together in a small studio. It definitely felt strange the first few days. Because like when you're dating someone, you just want to be all over your partner, not really chat much or do other activities. But this time, everything was different. I didn't know if I had to F her every single day only once or multiple times a day, so I alternated each. It was an absolute struggle to learn how to be the man on the house, and also how to set communication rules and boundaries. It turned out we were not compatible. We still tried getting to an agreement, but either of us wanted to let go of our ego, so we never did. I was a full-time college student while simultaneously learning the English language. I could only be with her around 3 hours 5 a day. The rest I was studying and eating while watching Netflix with her. She works as a cashier at a Mexican store, she's Mexican and so am I. And she gave a guy her phone number. I started to get hella jealous and called that guy and threatened him. Then that other time when she got angry at me for not remembering what. She, in the middle of the night, drove off and returned 5 hours later. Suspicious AF. I wanted to dedicate more time to her, so I decided to drop out of some college units to have more time for her. That wasn't enough for her. I feel like she saved her unhappiness to herself until it exploded. That dangerous explosion caused her to move back to her parents' house around 2 weeks ago. We agreed on being boyfriend and girlfriend, but today, I went to her house to visit her as a surprise. Well, actually, not much of a surprise because I had been telling her that I wanted to come by. So I arrived there, and she never answered. I waited and waited until I got tired of calling her. I called her little sister and asked if she knew if my GF was asleep or something, but she didn't know and said she will let me know. A couple minutes went by and no response from her. I thought to myself, what's holding her up? So I asked her once more, and she said she wasn't home. Oh. Yup, I got super sad but mostly furious. I felt my throat super dry, including my mouth and tongue. I felt like my blood was on fire, the rage. I got so angry that I just wanted to know what was happening right away. So I called her and left her a bunch of MSGs, all of which she ignored until she was about to head back home. I think she internally knew that I'd be waiting outside her house, so she didn't arrive in a car with someone. After 2 hours waiting for her, she entered the block walking, saying that she had been in the nearby park for 3 hours straight without using social media or at least answering MSGs. What do y'all think? She didn't want to show me her phone. She even got mad, saying that if I trusted her I was going to believe her. If not, then I could just head back home because she felt offended. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe and turn on the notification bell for any future cheating stories.